Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your love messages for summer of 2025. Listen to your Venus, and if it's not resonating, then listen to your Sun, Moon, and Rising, or listen for any supplemental or additional messages. And let's begin. I don't think I heard a song, and if I did, I can't remember at this moment. But if it comes back to me, I'll share with the group. All right, Sag. So we're going to start with our Kipper messages. And for Kipper, we have community, pathway, and change. There's a couple messages here. Okay. There's a family dynamic here. The family dynamic before I get into that, there's a sense of community, and it's like you're close with your family, or you've been with this person that is you've created a family with, so you probably have children together. This has been over the course of 1 or 2 years, and if it hasn't, then in the next year or two, things are going to change drastically. I'm not getting that you're moving like to a physical location. It feels like the relationship is changing. You could be moving to a physical location. Because also, your oracle message is new life. So this is card 39. 3 plus 9 is 12. And then you break down 12 again, equals 3. 3 talks about relationships and team building. So again, with community and family. I'm being told to look at this card again. Okay, so I was looking here at the woman in the card. She's the only one that looks a little like a fake smile. The rest of them are fine, almost like they're just like in oblivion, and she's like, but I have to say something. And she's not saying it because everything else seems okay. Everyone else seems like they're in a good mood, but she's like, this is fine. This tells me that you're tired, and I don't know if it like, are you like physically tired, or you just want something else? You could be physically tired, because I'm also getting that too. But you just want something else, and you're just at the same time not really seeking it either. There's a feeling of like feeling comfortable where you are right now, and that's probably why you're not seeking it. Yeah, just like completely unbothered. 333. That was that 333. Was it Scorpio? Maybe you're connected. For your tarot messages, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. This conflict and competition card keeps coming up. In so many readings, I've actually lost count. So to me, stay with me here. If you're in a connection, you're likely married or about to be. But if you're not about to be, like, you're kind of already married. Like, what I mean by that is you call this person like, oh, this is my wife, or this is my husband, kind of thing. So that's the one thing. And then for some reason, there is a little bit of debate on whether or not you should still be in this connection before it gets too late, I just heard. But for some of you, you're also feeling like it's kind of already too late, which is why you're a little unbothered and also a little meh here. And then the other thing too is almost like it's too difficult to leave the current situation that you're in, so you just kind of just stay out of complacency, or you're just comfortable, or whatever the case may be. You also feel like this connection is a good idea. And so because it's a good idea, that's why you stay. I'm getting the 1 or 2 year again. So this pathway shows me that, okay, it feels more like you've been with this person at least for a year or two, but a lot is going to happen within this next year that is really going to, what's the word I'm hearing? Envelop? Yeah, I don't know. It's just envelop. I keep hearing it. So these changes are coming to you within the next year or so, but also newlyweds. So you probably recently, so you've probably been with them like longer than that, but newlyweds is what I'm getting. And this is like, if you're not married, you're hesitating, but at the same time, you're like, I don't really want to compete with anybody else. And this is like a good idea. So I'm going to like do that. Starting a new life with this person, or starting anew and trying to figure out those pieces of the puzzle. Just saw a jigsaw. Not like the horror movie. Although, that being said, it has not been an easy road or an easy path to walk down. But that being said, squirrel, you are trying to figure out this new life. And if you're single, you're like, okay, how can I create this something new for me? But I'm being told to tell that if you're single, then you're not settling. This is not about settling. Not that if you're married, you're settling, but I feel like the ones that are in these connections almost feel like they're settling because of the other person. The connection is just like, oh man. Justice in reverse sometimes means divorce. But you're also undecided about whether or not to continue or pursue or whatever the case may be. And with the 4 of Swords in reverse and the 2 of Wands in reverse, it first of all doesn't look very happy over here, and the dark side of Justice is on top here, because if we turn it this way, it's pessimistic. And you are in this situation, it's like you can see things so clearly for what they are, but the potential that once was has fizzled out. It's not quite what you wanted. Is this parallel to the Sagittarius general reading that I did? Maybe this is Sagittarius sun. I feel like you'd know by now this deep into the video, regardless. It just feels like you're a little bit on the dark side of the relationship and the connection, and you're just trying to figure out like, how can I get this spark back? How can I, like, you don't want to sit on this anymore. You want to just like, you want things to change. Like, you want things to change. Okay, so now I see that if things don't change within the next year or two, if things don't change, then you're going to, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. Total connection and exclusive. Again, it feels like if you're not married, you're already connected. And for those that are single, by the way, I'm getting that you're going to meet your person within a year or so. That's just coming through. So if you're still listening for that, that's what I'm getting. You're going to meet this person in a year or so. Now, if you're in a connection, that's not for you. But what I am getting is that you're in this connection and you are monogamous. So like, there's no like, so it's not really about another person. Like, you're not feeling this way because there's somebody else like in your ear. I just saw like honey to the bee. It's not that. You are still with this person because like you just are. And again, it feels like you're married, or because you're married and that's why you're still with them. This is what this is. You constantly reminding yourself that we're connected because of this. We're together because of this. Is it the children? With the community? Is it because if we do this, like our family will be broken apart, our families would be heartbroken, like, you know, whatever, blended families are going to be broken, stepchildren kind of thing? Yeah. And then yes for now. I forgot who got this card also, but yes for now is, again, you saying yes to the situation for now, but changes need to be had, and you know this. And I'm going to say this, if you haven't communicated this just yet, you need to. You need to say, listen, I thought this was great. We had this amazing thing in the beginning, but like, what's happening now? And having that uncomfortable conversation. Be uncomfortable. Watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.